The same runner that were checking tracks in the mud, the same species, the same animals. They were moving, you can see they were moving more into the western side of this road. A beautiful species. We have one more to our right here. Runners in their nature, first time they experience vehicles, tend to be a little bit showing concern, but they're all relaxed. The reason why like that is species, they rely on a sense of hearing. Eyesight is very poor. As we speak now, they can hear a vehicle going, they can know that there's a vehicle around here. Sure. Who's this boy? Big rhino. Most of the time rhino lie down in the course of day, more especially it's a little bit warm. It's easy because of the cover. We're gonna wait for the rhino to settle a little bit down, then we can able to really come so close to them. Amazing, you know, this female, she's got more relaxed. The matter of why today she's moving like runner is very common, especially the instinct vehicle for a while. Look at that male behind there. He's trying to set mark around in the area, leaving information behind. In the world of rhino, you know that you can hear that. That is a male trying to communicate with the female. So how rhino does, mainly when it comes to behavior, female is a lot more protective while she's a youngster. You see most of the time pushing a male away, and mainly a male won't come so close, while the mother, she's still lactating, having a youngster that is still nursing. It's very common for all these rhino. As you can see, this rhino, we know it. We have another rhino in the area called shorthorn male, is the one that dominates, and this one becoming a dominant rhino. Seeing it start marking and marking around here, trying to stay behind the female, but this is not going to work. What does rhino? It has to fight with short rhino and push him out in the surrounding. If not, it's still be a little bit of competition. It has to prepare itself. Once before it was myself and Hammond, short rhino and him, just southeast of Befesuk Dam. We're trekking around. We can see that other rhino is hunting something, getting a scent of the other rhino. And they come across, and this one ran away. Short one remained on that area. That shows that short one is still a dominant male. And this one is still more, it's now on the prime that you might become a dominant, but because of population of rhino here in Southern Djuma, or the entire Southern Game Nature Reserve, is very, very high. You find quite a lot of males, quite a lot of females also around the area, but all the dominant males are securing that area. And these guys, when they becomes, if they want to be more dominant, you find that they don't have their own space. So what they do, they isolate themselves from the crush of rhino, maybe, or the bachelor males of rhino. That sometimes they do form a bachelor males of rhino that hangs all together, being 3, 4, 5 together. They withdraw and start to mark around in the areas, challenging the dominant male. But because it's very common, there's a lot of that kind of a behavior. You find these males, they're used to. Once they come and challenge, these guys will run away. But they're looking for the opportunity of mating all the time. And the reason the female that doesn't allow it, the male like we see in front of us here, because it never ever have its own territory. Once it coming close, you try to mount. It could be a calf, it could be a mother, it doesn't matter. And most of the time, because it's a heavy species, as you can see, it might weigh at least 2 tons or 2 tons, a couple kgs somewhere there. The youngster is still young. The impact of a male in the back of the youngster is going to kill the youngster. So the mother has to make sure they always protect the youngster from all these males if they come so close. Even a dominant male, the female is going to protect, because it tends to be like a little bit of pressure for all males around in the area. And no one that you know that is more desperate than mating. You never know. So the female has to protect the youngster all the time. I'd like to also go back a little bit of the history of the surrounding. As I said, Southside itself, when it comes to tourism, it started in 1972, before all the nature reserves that are around in the area, the time of still hunting concession. Rhino population was very, very low into the area. Some of the rhino that are coming from far KwaZulu-Natal into the area, they introduced them into the area, especially wild rhino. And the population since from then, the plan of making a tourism destination, it was planned before 1972, maybe down in 1965, somewhere down there. And the collection of everything before it started in 1972. The rhino were all transported down into the area. In 1972, there was a lodge down at South Mala, Second Landalus, and all over entire Southside. And all these species, now the reason why they're more relaxed with vehicle, you can see rod, they've started long ago. Some of the area that you may visit, species are still more wild animals. Getting to see vehicle run away. Look at how beautiful is this rhino standing in front of you, posing for the picture. So it's something that started in the early days. It's really amazing. Rhino are aware that we are here. They can hear us, they can see the vehicle from this distance, and sometimes, because when I talk I use a lot of hands as a direction, although you can't see that. They can see myself moving my hands up and down to indicate, and they're really comfortable with that. The beauty of the reserve is to see all these species very close like, and it's the only nature reserve, to be honest, if you can come around entire world checking all the species like leopard, lions, still wild, come in service, and here in Djuma you're going to enjoy a lot. Sometimes you might having sort of you want to select the area you want to go for holidays, you don't know exactly. Bear in mind, we as WildEarths, we're driving here only this specific area called Western Garden. We were earlier on tracking the lions, earlier on tracking the leopard. They all went into the same block. Because it's getting thick, we won't get able to see. But guarantee, here in the area you get to see a leopard at least after 2 drives. You may get to see a leopard around you, and especially if all vehicles work around in the same area. The other vehicles are a little bit far apart. They're going to see elephant, they're going to visit to see hippos. In the other waterhole, they're going to check lions on the boundaries, check whether the 2, the 3, and the 1 males are still around there, or minority males are still moving around there. And mainly, they're going to check cheetahs. Believe me, it's only the nature reserve that we may get to see cheetah. All the neighboring lodges that we have here, they know that it's very difficult to see cheetah in that area. It's only the best here to find cheetah, more especially far north, because more into areas a little bit more open.